Hi, my name is Brant Phillips with Houston Capital Home Buyers, and I want to give you a few tips on things to think about if you're considering selling your home to a real estate investor or real estate investment company. The first tip I would give you is to do some research on who you're doing business with. The easiest way to do that is go to the BBB, the Better Business Bureau, and see what you can find out about their company. Favorable reviews or not so favorable. Either way, you want to know who you're doing business with, and having some type of established track record on the Better Business Bureau of treating people the right way is very, very important. You can also do an online search. Google, for example, go to Google, type in either the name of their company or their individual name and see what type of information that you pull up on them. So, the day and age that we live in, you can find a lot of information online. Look at their Google reviews. Those are very telling in the day and age that we live in. So do some research online. So once you've done some research on the company that you're considering working with, find out, like, are they giving you options? So for example, most real estate investors have the ability to close quickly. They'll say that we have cash closings, that they can close quickly with cash. Typically, it means they're borrowing money or they have a financing source or a line of credit. So you want to find out and make sure and verify that if you're going to go under contract with this company, that they have the ability to close and they are not wholesaling your property. I'll talk about that in just a second. What about leaseback options? So this is something that we offer to our clients, is that we understand that when you're selling your home, you still may need to find another home and you need to get moved and all those types of things. And it's stressful and it's overwhelming. So we do a lot of 30-day leasebacks. All that means is we'll close on the property, we'll go to closing, you'll go to closing, you will have, sell your property to us, but we will give you, you'll get your cash, your wire, your check, the proceeds from selling your home. So you've got money in your bank now, and so you have that time to, 30 days, take your time moving, getting settled in. So it's not rushed, it's not stressful, because selling your home is stressful. So see if the company that you're working with gives you options when it comes to lease backs. Maybe you have creative financing. Maybe you're seeking a creative type of structure. Maybe you've got rental property or inherited property. Like, what are your options? Maybe you're in a short sale situation, and maybe you know selling your house to an investor isn't the best thing for you at all. I'm a licensed agent, and really what we focus on, and a lot of our competitors do, the good ones, are coming in and looking at ways that they can help you the most. And most of the more established, more reputable investment companies, they're also licensed agents, or they have a licensed agent that is there to help them as well. So that's a big part of what we do in today's day and age. In the time that I'm recording this, we're very much in a seller's market. So most oftentimes, listing your home with an agent makes more sense than taking a cash offer. Of course, there's other factors that we take into consideration. How quickly do you need to sell? How many repairs, or what's the extent of repairs that are needed to be done on your home, and just other circumstances. So when you're talking to investment companies, are they taking, all of this data and this information about your situation into mind, and into including it into the full view and perspective of how they can help you the most? Um, do they explain the numbers? So let's say that you receive a cash offer, an offer from an investment company to buy your house. Do they explain the numbers? What is their formula? So I like doing business with people that are transparent, that are just honest, forthcoming, and that's how we like to do business. We like to explain our numbers, explain our formula, show you what we feel your property is worth, what the value that we think that we can sell it for if we buy it and fix it up and sell it. And we'll show you what we believe those repairs to be. We'll show you what our profit margin is so that you can understand why our numbers are the way that they are. And for the most part, once again, referring back to, reputable, established companies, and we've been in business for almost 14 years now, and we've bought hundreds of homes. And the formula that we use is a formula that a lot of the successful, well-established, trustworthy companies use. So, who you're working with should be transparent with that, not trying to pull a fast one over your eyes or, putting you in a situation where you don't understand the numbers. They should take that time and explain that to you. And the last thing I want to warn you about is wholesaling. So there's a transaction in the real estate world, it's called wholesaling. I won't go too deep into it, but basically means is they're not going to buy your house. They're going to put your house under contract and assign that contract to someone else and try to sell it for more money. So say for example they had put your house under contract for $100,000, they're going to go and try to shop that contract and sell it for $110,000 or $120,000 or even more. So they're attempting to make $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 off of your home just by selling the contract without even closing it or closing on the property. There's nothing illegal about this, except if they're not honest and forthright about that. They need to be disclosing that to you first and foremost. A lot of times on their contracts they will put verbiage when it's in the buyer section of the contract that says as is. Okay, so when they're doing that, and or signs. So when they put and or signs in the contract, that means that they are likely going to assign that contract. They should be telling that to you and disclosing it to you. More importantly, and I've seen this happen way too many times, and we've had a lot of people who've signed a contract with the wholesaler to have them not close and be basically left to dry at the closing table, thinking that they're going to close and sell their house. They've already packed up, they've already moved, it's the day of closing, and there's nobody there because that wholesaler couldn't sell the contract, and they did not communicate with the sellers, and they didn't even have the professionalism to let them know what was going on. So don't put yourself in that position. If you're receiving this email, watching this video, and you're under contract with somebody, you'd like us to review that contract, make sure that it's a legal binding contract and that it's up to snuff, and we know some of the good and bad reputable and non-reputable buyers in our market, we'd be more than happy to take a quick look at that. Because when it comes down to it, when you are working with an investment company, you want to make sure that once again, in summary, that you're working with someone that you can trust, someone that has is legitimate in their business dealings and being very transparent, very educational about the process when you have questions, but lastly, that they have the ability to close, that when you get that contract signed, that you can sleep good at night and have peace that they're going to close at the dollar amount that they've agreed to and the day and time that they've agreed to as well. So my name is Brant Phillips, and I hope that helps you in kind of working through this process on possibly considering selling your home with a real estate investment company or real estate investor.